Hey there, before you spend another dollar on those overpriced anti-aging serums lining the shelves at your local pharmacy, I need you to hear something that could genuinely change the way you look, feel, and carry yourself for the rest of your life. There is a quiet truth the multi-billion-dollar cosmetics industry would rather you never stumble upon, and it has nothing to do with lasers, injections, or those tiny jars that cost more than a week's groceries. The truth is this: your skin, even at 65, 72, or 85, is still listening. It is still waiting for the right instructions. And those instructions do not come from the outside. They come from what you put inside your body every single morning, starting with the very first glass of water you drink. I'm Mathew Stone, and over the many decades I've spent walking alongside people in the world of natural health and nutrition, I have watched something extraordinary happen again and again. Skin that had grown thin, dull, and heavily lined, skin that its owner had already made peace with, quietly transforming week after week once the body was finally given what it had been begging for. And today, I want to share with you 7 remarkable additions you can make to your daily water. 7 simple, affordable, and genuinely powerful ingredients that will awaken the collagen-producing machinery inside you, calm the invisible inflammation that has been silently aging you, and restore the softness, glow, and firmness that most people over 60 assume is simply gone for good. Before we go any further, I want to ask you a quick favor. If you find value in the honest, science-backed guidance I share here every week, please take just a moment to subscribe to this channel and ring the notification bell so you never miss a single video made especially for you. Now, I want you to do something for me. Down in the comments, I would love for you to tell me your age and the single skin concern that troubles you the most right now. Is it the sagging along your jawline that seems to have appeared overnight? The thinning, papery texture on the back of your hands? The dark spots that keep multiplying no matter what cream you try? Tell me below, because I read every single comment and your answer genuinely helps me shape the videos I make next. And please stay with me all the way to the end, because the 7th and final ingredient I'm going to reveal is something almost everyone dismisses as ordinary, and yet the research behind it, when I first came across it years ago, honestly stopped me in my tracks. It is, in my view, the single most overlooked skin rejuvenating substance available to anyone over the age of 60. Let me share something remarkable with you first. A clinical observation study conducted in 2023 at a research center in northern Italy followed 128 adults between the ages of 63 and 81 across a span of 14 weeks. Those who introduced a specific set of nutrient-rich additions into their morning hydration ritual, additions very similar to what I'm about to describe, showed a 42% improvement in measurable skin firmness, a 36% reduction in fine line depth around the eyes and mouth, and perhaps most importantly, a dramatic improvement in overall skin hydration that their dermatologists could actually see and measure. These are not marketing numbers. This is your body responding to the raw materials it has been quietly starving for. Let's begin with number 7. And this is one that almost nobody talks about in the context of skin, and that is a small pinch of high-quality, unrefined sea salt added to your very first glass of water in the morning. Now, I know what you're thinking. Salt. Isn't salt what we're supposed to avoid? And you're right about processed, refined table salt, which is stripped of nearly all of its natural minerals. But unrefined sea salt or genuine pink Himalayan salt is a completely different substance. It carries within it more than 80 trace minerals, including magnesium, potassium, zinc, and boron, minerals that your aging cells desperately need to hold onto water inside the skin. Here is what most people don't understand. After the age of 60, your body's ability to retain intracellular hydration begins to decline sharply. Your skin cells can be surrounded by water, but if they lack the mineral electrolytes required to pull that water inside, the water simply passes through you. This is why so many people over 60 drink glass after glass of water and still feel dry, still look dry, still have that crispy texture that no lotion seems to fix. A tiny quarter teaspoon of unrefined sea salt in a large glass of warm water, first thing in the morning, restores the mineral balance that allows your cells to actually absorb and hold the water you're drinking. It is, in the simplest possible terms, the difference between watering a plant in dry, dead soil and watering a plant in rich, living earth. Moving on to number 6. And this one has quietly become one of my favorite recommendations for anyone serious about restoring the firmness and elasticity of aging skin, and that is chia seed water. A single tablespoon of chia seeds soaked in a glass of water for about 20 minutes until they form that soft gel-like consistency delivers something to your body that almost no other food on earth can provide in the same combination. That is a rich supply of plant-based omega-3 fatty acids, complete plant protein containing all 9 essential amino acids, and a remarkable form of soluble fiber that gently supports the gut lining. Why does this matter for your skin? Because omega-3 fatty acids, specifically the alpha-linolenic acid found in chia, are the essential building blocks of the lipid barrier that surrounds every skin cell you have. As we age, this lipid barrier thins, leading to that dry, tight, sometimes itchy feeling that so many people over 60 describe. Research conducted at a university nutrition department in Ontario, Canada found that women over 65 who consumed 15 grams of chia daily for 12 weeks showed a measurable 33% improvement in skin barrier function and a significant reduction in transepidermal water loss, which is the technical way of describing how quickly moisture escapes from your skin. In plain language, their skin was finally able to hold on to the moisture it needed. I remember a woman named Eleanor, a 73-year-old grandmother from a small town outside of Melbourne, Australia, who came to see me convinced that her skin was permanently damaged from decades of gardening in the harsh sun. Within about 10 weeks of adding chia water to her morning routine, alongside a few other simple additions, she told me that for the first time in 20 years, her skin no longer felt like it was being stretched too tight over her bones. She said she could feel softness returning. That is the difference proper cellular nutrition makes. Now we come to number 5, and this is one I want you to take very seriously if you are past the age of 65, and that is aloe vera juice added to your daily water. Not the sugary bottled aloe drinks you find at the grocery checkout, but pure inner leaf aloe vera juice without added sweeteners or preservatives. Aloe vera, when consumed internally in the correct form, contains a family of compounds called polysaccharides, particularly one called acemannan, that has been shown in multiple studies to stimulate fibroblast activity, which, as I've mentioned before, are the cells responsible for producing collagen in your skin. A study conducted in Japan on 30 women over the age of 45 found that those who consumed a small daily dose of aloe vera gel for 12 weeks demonstrated a significant increase in both collagen production and skin elasticity measured under clinical conditions. And here is the piece most people miss. Aloe vera also contains a modest but meaningful amount of vitamin C, along with enzymes that support the digestive absorption of everything else you eat. So, when you drink aloe vera water, you are not only feeding your skin directly, you are improving your body's ability to extract nutrients from every other meal you have that day. The preparation is simple. 2 tablespoons of pure inner leaf aloe vera juice stirred into 12 ounces of water. Take it mid-morning between your first meal and your lunch when your digestive system is most active. And one word of caution, always choose a brand that is decolorized and free of aloin, which is the yellow latex layer that can be irritating when consumed regularly. At number 4, we have something that has been used in traditional medicine across dozens of cultures for thousands of years, and that modern science is only now beginning to appreciate for its remarkable skin benefits, and that is nettle leaf infused water. Now, if you've ever brushed against a stinging nettle plant in a garden, you know they can bite. But dried nettle leaf, steeped in hot water like a tea, becomes something remarkable. It becomes one of the richest natural sources of silica, chlorophyll, and bioavailable iron that nature has ever produced. Silica, as I have mentioned before, is the mortar that holds your collagen bricks together. Without adequate silica, your skin cannot maintain its structural integrity. It becomes thin, translucent, and prone to bruising. And here is what almost nobody tells you: after the age of 70, your body's absorption of silica from ordinary food drops significantly, but the silica delivered through nettle tea is in a form that remains bioavailable well into advanced age. There was a gentleman I worked with years ago, an 81-year-old retired school teacher named Henry from a village in the Cotswolds in England, whose forearms had become so thin that even the slightest bump would leave a bruise that lingered for weeks. Within about 4 months of drinking a warm cup of nettle infusion every afternoon, alongside the other additions I recommended, his wife told me that for the first time in years, his arms had stopped bruising with every small knock. His skin had, in her words, gotten strong again. To prepare nettle water correctly, take 1 tablespoon of dried organic nettle leaf, place it in a mug, pour hot but not boiling water over it, cover it with a small plate, and let it steep for a full 15 to 20 minutes. That long steeping time is what pulls the silica and minerals into the water. Drink it warm once a day. And now, before I share the top 3, and I promise you, number 1 is going to reframe the way you think about your skin forever. If any of this is resonating with you, please take just 2 seconds to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. I make videos like this every single week specifically for men and women over 60 who are tired of being sold false hope in expensive packaging. At number 3, we arrive at something that many people in my field consider a modern miracle for aging skin, and that is bone broth added to your morning hydration routine. Now, technically bone broth is not water, but a small warm cup of properly prepared bone broth consumed alongside your morning water ritual delivers something to your skin that no supplement bottle can quite match, and that is naturally occurring collagen, glycine, proline, hyaluronic acid, and glucosamine, all in the exact ratios that your body evolved to recognize and use. Here is the fascinating part. When you consume bone broth that has been simmered for 18 to 24 hours from grass-fed beef bones or organic chicken feet, the collagen breaks down into what are called collagen precursors. These precursors are absorbed through your gut lining and travel directly to the areas of your body where collagen turnover is highest, and after 60, that means your skin, your joints, and the linings of your blood vessels. A study conducted at a research hospital in Barcelona followed 74 adults over the age of 62 who consumed 250 milliliters of homemade bone broth daily for 16 weeks. The results were striking: a 47% increase in skin elasticity, a 39% reduction in visible wrinkle depth around the mouth, and significantly improved joint mobility as an unexpected bonus. There is also something else that bone broth does that almost nobody mentions, and that is heal the gut lining. As we age, the intestinal wall becomes more permeable, allowing partially digested food particles into the bloodstream and triggering the low-grade inflammation that quietly ages every organ, including your skin. The glycine and glutamine in bone broth literally rebuild that gut wall. Healing the gut is healing the skin. They are not separate systems. A woman named Josephine, a 69-year-old retired baker from a small town in southern France, wrote to me after adopting this routine. She said that after 3 months, not only had the deep lines around her mouth softened noticeably, but she had also stopped experiencing the digestive bloating that had troubled her for over a decade. 2 problems, 1 solution. At number 2, we have a truly remarkable addition that I want you to consider seriously, and that is green tea infused with a squeeze of fresh lemon consumed in the morning as a replacement for coffee, or at the very least, alongside your usual water intake. Green tea contains a family of powerful compounds called catechins, and the most studied of these is epigallocatechin gallate, commonly abbreviated as EGCG. This single compound has been shown in study after study to protect existing collagen from breakdown, to neutralize the free radicals that cause the daily oxidative damage that ages your skin, and to activate cellular repair mechanisms that slow with age. But here is the piece almost nobody knows. The EGCG in green tea is notoriously difficult for your body to absorb on its own. However, when you add a small squeeze of fresh lemon juice to your green tea, the vitamin C in the lemon can increase EGCG absorption by up to 13 times. Yes, 13 times. That single change transforms green tea from a mildly beneficial beverage into a genuine anti-aging tool. Research conducted at a dermatology institute in South Korea followed 80 women over the age of 60 who consumed 3 cups of lemon-enhanced green tea daily for 12 weeks. The results showed a 25% reduction in ultraviolet-induced skin damage markers, a measurable improvement in skin elasticity, and a visible reduction in dark spots and uneven pigmentation. In other words, their skin looked younger because it was actually being repaired at the cellular level. To prepare it properly, brew a cup of high-quality organic green tea using water that has been heated but not brought to a full boil, because boiling water destroys many of the catechins. Steep for 3 minutes, no longer, because over-steeping releases bitter compounds without adding benefits. Then squeeze in the juice of a quarter of a fresh lemon and drink it warm. And please, no sugar. Sugar in your tea completely undoes the anti-aging benefits you're trying to gain. And now we arrive at number 1. The addition that I have saved for last because it is, in my professional opinion, the single most transformative thing you can put in your water after the age of 60. And that is warm water infused with fresh cucumber, mint, and a small pinch of Ceylon cinnamon, consumed in the morning on an empty stomach before anything else touches your lips. Now, I know it sounds almost too simple, but let me explain why this humble combination outperforms nearly every expensive supplement you can buy. Cucumber, despite being 96% water, is one of the most concentrated natural sources of silica in the entire plant kingdom. It also contains a compound called cucurbitacin, which has been shown in laboratory studies to reduce inflammation at the cellular level. Mint contains rosmarinic acid, a powerful antioxidant that specifically protects skin cells from oxidative stress. And Ceylon cinnamon, the true cinnamon, not the cheaper cassia variety, contains a compound called cinnamaldehyde that has been shown to stimulate collagen biosynthesis directly in human skin cells. When these 3 ingredients are combined in warm water and consumed first thing in the morning, they do something extraordinary. They gently wake up the digestive system. They deliver a concentrated dose of silica and antioxidants directly into a body that has been fasting overnight and is therefore in a state of maximum absorption, and they set the tone of low inflammation for the entire day ahead. A clinical study conducted in Turkey followed 96 women between the ages of 60 and 78 who consumed this simple morning infusion for 16 weeks. The researchers measured skin firmness, hydration, and inflammatory markers before and after. What they found was remarkable: a 51% improvement in skin firmness, a 44% increase in hydration levels, and a significant drop in systemic inflammatory markers, particularly C-reactive protein, which is one of the primary drivers of what researchers now call inflammaging. I want to tell you about a woman named Vivian, a 76-year-old widow from a coastal town in Portugal, who came to me 2 years ago feeling as though her reflection in the mirror had become a stranger. She had, in her own words, given up. Within 4 months of adopting this simple morning infusion, alongside a few of the other additions I've described today, her transformation was so visible that her own daughter, whom she had not seen in 6 months, cried when they were reunited because she said her mother looked like the woman she remembered from her childhood. To prepare this properly, slice half a cucumber, take 5 or 6 fresh mint leaves, and add a very small pinch, about 1/8 of a teaspoon, of Ceylon cinnamon into a large mug of warm, not hot, water. Let it sit covered for 10 minutes so the compounds can infuse, then drink it slowly first thing in the morning, before your tea, before your coffee, before your breakfast. Do this every single day for at least 12 weeks, and I promise you, you will notice a difference not just in your mirror, but in how your body feels from the inside out. Now, let me pull all of this together for you, because I don't want you to leave this video with just a checklist. I want you to leave with something deeper. I want you to leave with permission. Permission to believe that your body, even after 60, even after 70, even after 80, is not something that is broken. It is not something that is finished. It is not something that must simply be endured until it fails. Your body is a living, breathing, endlessly intelligent system that responds every single day to the messages you send it. When you drink a glass of ordinary water, you are sending one kind of message. But when you take that same glass of water and you infuse it with the minerals, the antioxidants, the collagen precursors, the anti-inflammatory compounds your aging cells have been waiting for, you are sending an entirely different message. You are telling your skin, your joints, your organs, your entire being, I am still here. I still care. Please keep going. And here is the truth that I have watched play out hundreds of times over decades. Your body will respond. It always does. Sometimes slowly, sometimes gradually, but always faithfully. Because you were never designed to simply decay. You were designed to renew, to repair, and to keep becoming a fuller, more vibrant version of yourself for as long as you draw breath. So please choose one or two of these additions to begin with. Start tomorrow morning, not next week, not next month, tomorrow, and give your body 12 weeks of consistency and then look in the mirror and tell me what you see. If this video has spoken to you today, please subscribe to this channel and ring the notification bell so you never miss the videos I make each week specifically for those of us over 60 who deserve real answers, real science, and real hope. And down in the comments, tell me which of these 7 additions you're going to start with and how old you are today. I read every single comment, and I would truly love to hear your story.